In the spring of 1900, a group of Greek sponge divers were sailing through the Mediterranean when bad weather forced them to seek shelter near the small island of Antikythera, between Crete and the Peloponnese. At the time, sponge diving was dangerous work. These were not modern scuba divers. They wore heavy canvas suits, weighted boots, and rigid metal helmets connected to the surface by air hoses. Descending into deep water was physically exhausting and extremely risky. When one of the divers went below, he expected to find sponges. Instead, he found something far stranger. On the seabed, scattered across the remains of an ancient wreck, were statues, pottery, amphorae, and fragments of a lost cargo that had not seen sunlight for nearly 2,000 years. The divers had stumbled upon one of the most extraordinary archaeological finds ever discovered beneath the sea. And hidden among those remains was an object so unusual that, once understood, it would force historians to rethink what the ancient world was capable of building. Antikythera lies along an important route between the Aegean and the wider Mediterranean, a place where ships once passed carrying luxury goods, artworks, and valuable cargo. After the discovery, a difficult recovery operation began. With support from the Greek authorities and the Navy, divers returned again and again to the wreck site, bringing extraordinary objects back to the surface. There were marble statues, bronze sculptures, glassware, jewelry, ceramics, and other treasures from a ship that had sunk around the 1st century BCE. Compared with these spectacular finds, one set of objects seemed almost unimportant: several heavily corroded lumps of bronze. At first glance, they looked like little more than broken fragments, but archaeology has a habit of hiding its greatest revelations inside the least impressive remains. Among the treasures of Antikythera, the statues drew attention first. The real revolution, however, was waiting inside a fragment that did not yet look revolutionary at all. The true importance of the fragments became clear only later, after the recovered material had been brought to Athens for study. In 1902, researchers noticed something astonishing inside one of the corroded pieces: a bronze gear. And then, more gears. This was not a decorative object. It was not a simple mechanism like a lock or household tool. It was the remains of a carefully constructed device made from interlocking bronze gear wheels. That realization changed everything. Somehow, among the cargo of an ancient shipwreck, scholars were now looking at the remains of a machine whose internal complexity seemed deeply out of place. The object we now call the Antikythera Mechanism survives only in fragments, about 82 known pieces, with around 30 surviving gears. Much of the original device has been lost, and yet even in this broken condition, one fact became impossible to ignore. The ancient world had produced a mechanism far more sophisticated than historians once expected. The mystery was no longer whether the fragments were important. The mystery was what kind of machine this had once been. Today, the Antikythera Mechanism is often described as the world's first analog computer. That does not mean it was a computer in the modern electronic sense. There was no electricity, no software, and no digital screen. Instead, it was a hand-powered mechanical calculating device. By turning a handle, the user could drive a complex system of bronze gears that represented cycles in the heavens. The machine could model the motions of the sun and moon, track important calendar cycles, and help predict eclipses. Inscriptions on the mechanism also show that it included a display for the 5 planets known in antiquity: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, although much of the front gearing that may have driven this display has not survived. That distinction matters. Some features of the mechanism are directly supported by surviving evidence. Other parts are reconstructed by modern researchers from inscriptions, surviving gear trains, and mathematical reasoning. So whenever we see a complete working version of the Antikythera Mechanism, we are not looking at the original object exactly as it survived. We are looking at a plausible reconstruction of how it may once have worked. Even so, the implications are extraordinary. Someone in the ancient Greek world had found a way to encode astronomy into machinery. That is what makes Antikythera so remarkable. For decades, one problem made the mechanism difficult to understand. It was incomplete, fragile, and heavily corroded. Simply taking it apart could have destroyed the very evidence researchers were trying to study. Modern imaging changed that. Using X-rays, surface imaging, and advanced scanning techniques, researchers were able to look inside the fragments without physically dismantling them. Hidden gear structures became visible, inscriptions emerged more clearly, and little by little, the internal logic of the device began to reveal itself. This was one of the great turning points in the study of the mechanism. Instead of guessing only from the exterior, scholars could now study layers of evidence hidden inside the metal itself. The result was not one final perfect answer, but a much clearer picture of the machine's design and purpose. The Antikythera mechanism had gone from an archaeological curiosity to one of the most intensively studied scientific artifacts from the ancient world. Ironically, modern technology helped us understand ancient technology, and even now, the investigation is not fully finished. And this is where the story becomes especially tempting. Was the Antikythera mechanism a one-of-a-kind marvel, or was it only the lone surviving example of a broader tradition of advanced mechanical engineering? It is a fair question. The mechanism is so sophisticated that many researchers suspect it did not emerge from nowhere. Devices like this usually have predecessors, experiments, and traditions behind them. So, is it possible that other machines like it once existed? Yes. Do we have archaeological proof of an entire lost industry producing them? No. And that distinction matters. The Antikythera mechanism does not require aliens, time travelers, or a vanished supercivilization. The evidence already tells a remarkable story without any of that. Ancient astronomers possessed deep mathematical knowledge, and Greek engineers were capable of translating abstract ideas into mechanical form. Babylonian astronomical cycles also influenced the broader intellectual world from which this device emerged. What is extraordinary is not that ancient people observed the heavens. It is that someone transformed that knowledge into a portable geared machine. That is mystery enough. The Antikythera mechanism changed the way historians think about the ancient world. Before its study, many scholars underestimated how far mechanical engineering may have advanced in Hellenistic times. This device forced a correction. It showed that ancient craftspeople were capable of producing intricate, mathematically informed machines with a level of precision few expected to find in surviving artifacts from that era. At the same time, it also reminded us of something humbling. The archaeological record is incomplete. What survives from the past is not necessarily everything that once existed. Bronze could be melted down, wood could decay, workshops could disappear, knowledge could be lost when traditions ended or craftsmen died without successors. So the Antikythera mechanism may be both an extraordinary survivor and a warning against assuming that history only moved in a straight line from primitive to advanced. Sometimes knowledge is achieved, then lost, and sometimes we rediscover only the fragments. The Antikythera mechanism spent nearly 2,000 years beneath the sea. When it finally returned to the surface, it did more than reveal an ancient object. It exposed a gap in our understanding of the past. Here was a machine that should have been impossible only if our picture of history had been too simple. And perhaps that is the true lesson of Antikythera. The past is not empty. It is incomplete. There are discoveries that survived by chance, ideas that vanished without leaving clear descendants, and achievements that were forgotten long before modern historians knew they had ever existed. The Antikythera mechanism is fascinating not because it proves a fantasy, but because it proves something real. Human ingenuity in the ancient world was greater than we once imagined. And if one corroded fragment from a shipwreck can change our understanding so dramatically, how many other stories still lie buried, broken, or waiting to be recognized? Knowledge can be discovered, refined, lost, forgotten, and sometimes found again.